So it's like just really dawning on me now that DC Comics has 22 million potential customers. They have customers that will buy products, that will subscribe to their channels, that will watch their movies, watch their TV shows, subscribe to their streaming services like HBO Max. It's kind of amazing. And the way you know that they have these customers is by having this kind of interaction where you have people, 22 million viewers watching DC FanDome. Very, very impressive. So just because people watch DC FanDome does not necessarily mean that those people are going to go run out and watch the next movie or buy the next comic book or buy DC merchandise. But it implies that they're definitely interested in the DC products and at the absolute very least in the actors that are playing in the DC TV shows and films and whatnot. It's very, very innovative. It's very impressive that they have this many people that want to interact with them. 22 million is definitely a lot. That's our goal. If we make comics, if we make characters, let's get 22 million people interested in what we're doing. How do we do that? Well, let's look at FanDome. Let's see what they did. Let's look at the interaction on what FanDome was, what people seem to be interested in, and we'll get into the article and check it out. Before we do, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, because when you do that, you help me out, and I appreciate you doing that. I can't thank you enough. All right, this is coming from thedirect.com. In June, DC FanDome was announced to be a convention set to air online in August, in lieu of Comic-Con, which had been canceled due to the continuing presence of the Giant Health event. So, over the weeks, more and more actors and directors like James Gunn were confirmed to attend until the whole schedule was eventually released. The Direct speculated that DC FanDome could change the way that conventions would be held, for better or worse. Even after the coronavirus subsidies, companies could hold their own conventions for their own properties, and with the latest number in viewership for DC FanDome, it points to that notion being correct. Yeah, I mean, look, even if you're small, even if like we do it with live streams with COMICSGATE, we do it with YouTube videos or whatnot, talking about our projects. If you've got a fan base and they get to interact with you and you're doing it live, in a lot of ways, you can get their people's full attention, and not all your competitors can kind of keep up with what it is that you're doing. You give people a unique, engaging experience. It's really fascinating. All right, so Variety is reporting that according to Warner Brothers, DC FanDome generated 22 million views across 220 countries and territories over its 24-hour run. This is including through their own in-house player, live streams from fans and influencers and fans, and other various means. DC FanDome also trended on Twitter in 53 markets and on YouTube in 82 markets. That is impressive. This can largely be attributed to the debut of new trailers for Wonder Woman 1984, The Batman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, all of which collectively had 150 million views online last Saturday. So what a great way to create an interactive event that you can control the fans' experience kind of universally by you take these massive trailers and you push them out through your own online convention event. These are things you could not do without high-speed internet. They're things you couldn't do without everybody having high-speed internet. All the technology solutions so that people can kind of enjoy this like when they have the time to. And then kind of create this huge social media buzz, which we can all kind of interact around and talk about online. In an interview with Variety, Warner Brothers TV Group CMO Lisa Gregorian said that, quote, "We really wanted to put together an event that would super serve the fans." Super serve? Superman. I get it. In fact, the idea for DC FanDome was conceived in April at the height of the pandemic, according to Blair Rich, president of worldwide marketing for Warner Brothers Picture Group. Just in April? That's pretty impressive. In order to execute the plan, Rich said that they had to engage with every possible department at DC. This is including the comics, video games, film, and consumer marketing departments. What what could we invent to really put the fans at the center of an experience that could be dynamic and meaningful to them? This actually, it's a very impressive accomplishment to put this together in a couple of months with a company that has, DC has all sorts of turmoil in the executive suites, but also in basically they laid off about a third of the people or something, some astronomical amount. And to throw this together from a big company standpoint, to be able to execute this and have this level of success, it's very impressive. In fact, many employees ended up meeting one another for the very first time. Together, all of them were able to collaborate and recreate an online fan convention that would appeal to old and new fans. And Marvel did nothing like this. Marvel was silent for months about what they were doing with their movies. And then they started announcing things for Phase 4, and they keep getting pushed back. It's amazing because DC was trying to catch up to Marvel's momentum, and then Marvel stumbles, and now DC is kind of moving ahead. What this means, obviously this just confirms what everybody else had been saying for the past week. DC FanDome was a huge success. In fact, it was such a success that fans of other studios like Lucasfilm and Marvel Studios want them to have a fan convention in similar fashion. The Direct has even offered 4 suggestions to Marvel Studios about what they should learn from DC FanDome. Yeah, it's a good little article. Additionally, because of this encouraging turnout from fans, it wouldn't be a surprise if this becomes the new normal for DC and Warner Brothers. Well, they're certainly not going to not do this. Next time they do it, it'll probably be bigger because more people will be aware of it. And people that are going to do it are going to let other people know more often, people that are going to attend. For the foreseeable future, okay. It's likely cheaper to produce, inexpensive for fans, and due to pre-recorded appearances from stars and crew, scheduling shouldn't be an issue either. In fact, it'd be downright surprising if DC doesn't make FanDome their news and reveal destination moving forward. Yeah, they will. They will. Why would they? Why would they not do that? Although it should be kept in mind that DC FanDome isn't over yet. Okay, so it is over yet because the second half was already on September 12th. And that was also hugely successful. It's amazing to see, this is good. They had a problem. They took the problem. They turned it into kind of a cutting-edge event. It worked for them. This is, I'm going to put a link to this article that will recap what the first DC FanDome was all about and what they did and what they covered. And you can kind of check it out as much as you want to. Very impressive. Very innovative. Hopefully these projects all come out and they're great. But this direct-to-consumer engagement is what it's all about for media now. And if big companies don't do it, the small companies are going to kick their butts doing stuff like this. But obviously they are doing it, and they're successful with it. All right, if you want to check out my work, go check out collegeofthedead.com. You can pick up a copy of College of the Dead Graduation Day. Click on the trailer and check it out. It's a really good graphic novel series that I'm doing. And also, that's the second book. The first one's also available. And we're doing the third one now, College of the Dead Spring Break. It's not out yet. We're still working on it. Also, you can check out epicmermaids.com and sign up to be on the mailing list for when The Mermaids launches. It is launching October 2020. It's very exciting. It's like Game of Thrones with mermaids. I know you're going to love it. Just check it out. I will see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.